You feel tired all the time. Your drive is lower, your body looks softer, and your workouts feel like they're going nowhere. Before you decide your testosterone is broken, there's something most men never get told, and it changes everything. If this is hitting close to home, hit the like button right now. It helps more men find this information. And drop a comment below. Are you dealing with low energy, low drive, or both? Tell me what you're feeling right now. 1. The symptoms you're experiencing are real, but they are not a diagnosis. Low energy, less motivation, softer body, weaker workouts, lower sex drive. These are real changes. They're not in your head. But here's the problem. Every single one of those symptoms has multiple possible causes, and testosterone is just one of them. When men feel this way, the first assumption is almost always, "My T is low." That feels logical, but it's often wrong, or at least incomplete. Before you label it a hormone problem, you need to understand what else could be creating the exact same picture in your body. 2. Sleep deprivation destroys your hormonal output faster than almost anything else, and most men don't take this seriously enough. Research consistently shows that even 1 week of sleeping 5 to 6 hours per night can reduce testosterone levels significantly in otherwise healthy men. That's not a theory. That's a measurable drop from sleep alone, and it's fully reversible. Poor sleep also raises cortisol, the primary stress hormone. High cortisol competes directly with testosterone in the body. So, if you've been sleeping badly for months, your hormonal environment is already working against you, even if your testosterone production itself is completely normal. Many men are walking around convinced something is broken when the real issue is that they haven't had a consistently solid night of sleep in over a year. 3. Chronic stress is one of the most underrated causes of every symptom men blame on low testosterone. Stress activates cortisol. Cortisol is catabolic, meaning it breaks muscle down, promotes fat storage, especially around the abdomen, crushes libido, and kills motivation. Sound familiar? That is the exact same list. High stress sustained over weeks or months creates a hormonal environment that closely mimics what low testosterone feels like from the inside. Your body is under load. It's allocating all available resources toward survival, not performance, not recovery, not drive. Studies suggest that chronically elevated cortisol suppresses the hormonal axis responsible for testosterone production at the source. So stress isn't just making you feel bad. It's actively pulling your hormonal output down from the top of the chain. 4. Here's one that surprises most men. Excess belly fat is not just a symptom of the problem. It is actively making the problem worse every single day. Fat tissue, particularly visceral fat, stored deep in the abdomen, contains an enzyme called aromatase. Aromatase converts testosterone into estrogen inside your body. The more visceral fat you carry, the more of this conversion happens, continuously, silently, without you feeling it directly. So a man who has gained significant abdominal fat may have testosterone being produced at a normal rate, but a portion of it is being redirected and converted before it ever gets to do its job. You don't just look softer on the outside. The fat itself is shifting your hormonal balance from within. That's not a minor detail. That's a mechanism that changes how you think about body fat entirely. Yes or no in the comments. Did you know that belly fat could directly lower your usable testosterone? Drop it below. 5. Poor recovery from training creates a cycle that looks exactly like hormonal decline, and most men never make the connection. When you train hard without adequate recovery, your body stays in a prolonged, stressed state. Cortisol stays elevated. Muscle repair stays incomplete. Sleep quality drops because your nervous system stays overstimulated. Here's the part that surprises people. Many coaches observe that men who train 5 or 6 days a week with poor recovery actually show worse hormonal and physical markers than men who train 3 days with full recovery between sessions. More is not always more. When your body never gets the signal that the stress is over, it never fully shifts into the repair and rebuild mode where real hormonal balance is restored. You're not weak. You're not declining. You're running without refueling, and your body is telling you exactly that. 6. The order in which you address these factors is not optional. It's the entire strategy. Sleep, stress, body fat, and recovery are what many coaches call the foundation layer. Here's why the order matters. If you go to a doctor and get your testosterone tested while you're sleeping 5 hours a night, carrying significant visceral fat, training without enough rest, and running on chronic stress, The number you get back does not reflect what your body is actually capable of. You are testing a suppressed system and calling it your baseline. Clean up the foundation first. Improve your sleep with real consistency, not just one good night. Manage your stress load with intention, not just awareness. Reduce abdominal fat through sustained effort. Give your body structured recovery time. In many cases, men who commit to all 4 of these for 8 to 12 weeks report that the exact symptoms they blamed on low testosterone, the fatigue, the flat body, the low drive, improve measurably without any external intervention. You don't need to guess. You need to build the right conditions and then observe what your body actually does. 7. Most men skip this step entirely, and that's exactly why they stay stuck. Knowing when to get tested is part of taking this seriously. If you genuinely improve sleep, reduce stress, make real progress on visceral fat, and train with proper recovery, and after a consistent period you still feel the same way, then yes, get a full blood panel. That is not giving up. That is being intelligent about your body. A thorough evaluation looks at total testosterone, free testosterone, SHBG, LH, FSH, and several other markers together. One number in isolation does not tell the complete story. A good doctor who understands men's health will ask about your sleep quality, your stress levels, and your training habits before drawing any conclusions. Walk into that conversation with real information, not assumptions. You will get a far more useful answer. 8. The deepest truth here is that your body is not randomly failing you. It is responding to conditions, and conditions can be changed. This is the reframe that matters most. Most men who feel this way tell themselves it's age, or genetics, or just something that happens after 30. But for the vast majority of men, what is actually happening is a combination of disrupted sleep, unmanaged chronic stress, excess visceral fat, and inadequate recovery, all stacking on top of each other, compounding silently, and producing a hormonal environment that is genuinely suppressed. Not broken, suppressed. And that distinction is everything. A suppressed system can recover. In many cases, it does. Significantly, when the conditions around it are corrected with consistency and intention. You are not watching your body betray you for no reason. You are watching it respond to a pattern that has been building for months or years. And patterns, unlike age, can be reversed. That is the difference between a man who keeps guessing and a man who actually rebuilds. So here is what I want you to do right now. Look at your last 4 weeks honestly. Sleep quality, stress load, belly fat, training recovery. Which one of those is clearly off? That is your real starting point. Not a supplement, not a shortcut. The foundation. Leave a comment and tell me, which factor do you think is your biggest issue right now? Sleep, stress, body fat, or recovery? Be honest. I read every comment and I want to know where you are at. If this video gave you clarity, share it with a man who needs to hear it. And subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next on this channel. We are building this together. God bless you and see you next time.